getting ready to start here at Arkansas. First time ever racing at this racetrack. Sky Commons, and only his second start for Coorweiser, or third start for Coorweiser Racing. He's got the pole alongside his teammate of the other Coorweiser Racing car, Nick Perkles. They're alongside here. Green flag is out for Arkansas here. Here we go. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers do here, and how the racing works here. We saw where the outside group was kind of good here. Sky Commons leads the first lap. Here is another driver swap for this race weekend. Ryan Acosta is back after being fired from Monster Energy Racing after racing in the first 3 races. He got fired and did not have a ride there. And a major backstory is behind why he's in the Allen Family Racing Team car here. Brandon McGuirt was caught dipping, and he had marijuana, like that kind of drug substances in his so basically he failed the drug test. So basically Brandon McGuirt came back, got his driver's license for the Sony Cup Series, and failed the drug test in his first time back. And so Brandon McGuirt is now pretty much on the list of drivers that cannot race in the Sony Cup Series. But Ryan Acosta is doing a pretty good job here up inside right here at the top 5. But up front here, Perkles has taken out with a lead over here over Sky Commons. The Coorweiser Racing stable, first, second, third right now. Eric Burton has not done much this season. He's got a he needs to get on a good roll here. It's been a while since we've seen Burton do well here in the Sony Cup Series. Here's where our point leader is winning right now. He is running just inside the top 10, running side by side with Cooper Cyron, who is just looking to be inside the top 10. Nick Mace is down to 9th, and Jake Baskinger running right there in 10th. New paint scheme right here for this driver of Jacob Hart, Interstate Batteries. I really love this paint scheme on that 83 car of that Toyota. But back to what we were saying here with Baskinger, he's done an amazing job of being consistent this season. So has Ashley Mace, third in the point standings as her. But the other Coorweiser Racing car of Jeff James is not doing really well here. Noah Hart, Charles Sanford, Sean Perkins, fast guys back here are not having a very good day here. They must have missed the adjustments on their race cars. This is the first time I've seen Jeff James really not being competitive in a race so far. Sky Commons has really been dropping off, though. He's just got passed by Luke Martin earlier, and now Eric Burton in the number 95 Ford dives it low to the inside. The Fords have really done an amazing job this season so far. The Chevys and the Toyotas and the CBM cars, whatever manufacturers those are, they really need to step it up here because the Fords have been on a roll with the Coorweisers and the Turner Fenway cars. Here we go, Sky Commons. He's got a run here, and around the outside there, that's where the best groove is. It's hard to make passes on this racetrack, as we've seen. Really hard to make some passes here. Burton on the high side here trying to make some run up here on Luke Martin, but it's probably not going to happen here. The Coorweiser Racing cars yet again showing that they're a dominant force here, and it's kind of hard to pass. Is it, like we said, Jordan Newman in 5th, Solar Fox in 6th, Ryan Acosta in 7th, 8th for Ashley Mace, 9th for Nick Mace, and 10th is Jordan Davis. I don't know if anyone cares besides Zach Fitzwater, but Fitzwater, who's missed 2 races in a row running a part-time schedule, he's now back in this race here, but he's kind of not doing too well either, so yeah. Here's some guys that are high in the point standings. Well, Dom Capps really ain't high, but Galligan and Emma White are doing well in the point standings. They're running pretty far back here. Harple is also in the top 15 in points for the Sums cars there, and he's further back here as well. Richard Johnson and Dylan Young, yet again, not having good runs here. Johnson Incorporated has really had struggled here so far. Sean Galligan being the better car out of that stable, but yeah, Johnson Incorporated has not really had very good runs here. But yet, Sky Commons continues to drop off the pace here. Solar Fox and Jordan Newman just went by there. So did Eric Burton. And now Luke Martin's got his sights set on Nick Perkles. To be honest, I love this scheme on Vince Allen. That scheme right there is beautiful. I love that 24 car and that 83 car as well. Golly. battle ongoing for the 4th position here. James Sorfox trying to dive low of Jordan Newman here. Last season's champion here, but Newman's not going to give up without a challenge there up high. And, yeah, Sky Commons continuing to drop off, though. He's fixing to be in the clutches of, actually Mace, but I think, yep, it looks like not Jordan, but James Sorfox is going to take the position away from Jordan Newman there. Looks like we may get a battle for the lead here. Luke Martin is looking on Nick Perkles down in a turn number 3 and 4. Perkles has led for a long time so far. Martin has a run here. Martin's looking for his first win of the season, and Perkles is looking for just his first win in general. Well, not his first win in general. He won in Season 17, but he's looking for his second win ever. And I kind of forget about that win in Season 17. But, Perkles and Martin and Burton, they're all looking for their first win here. Martin dives low there. He came close to winning at California to his teammate Jeff James. Martin, yet again, back-to-back weekends, he's run strong. Nick Perkles, like we should say, though, Perkles was really strong at California until he blew up, or not blew up, but he had a problem on the race car. He had a tire go down with like 10 laps to go, and he was running in 2nd position at the time. Stephen Jenkins right here, every weekend, leading up to California, he had been in the top 10. He finished in the top 10 every weekend leading up to California the first 3 races. California had a pretty miserable finish there, and he's looking like he's going to have a pretty low finish here as well. So Jenkins, them first few finishes may be a fluke, but Stephen Jenkins, he may be a surpriser here if he can get his things on a roll here, maybe get back on the roll here, finishing in the top 10s again. Solarfox is creeping up to this pack ever so slowly there. He's now closing in on Eric Burton there, so maybe this could be a 4-car pack for the race lead here. Maybe Jordan Newman could get up there as well. Here comes Martin trying again on Nick Perkles to the inside here. He tried one time and it didn't work, but Martin may get him here, but Perkles has a run on the high side here. And 3 and 4 is the better side to be on the high side here. 3 and 4. Perkles barely brushes the wall here, but Luke Martin trying to get a run here. Jordan Newman and James Sorfox have caught him there. Sky Commons is back in this mix as well. James Sorfox really wants to be up high here. Look at him, he's almost against the wall there. And boy, he drove it in deep there on the high side. That's probably going to mess him up there. And Newman's going to take the spot there. And Martin loses ground on Perkles. But here comes Burton now to the inside of Martin there. This is some good racing up here. They're doing a good job of putting on a show here. Burton down the inside of Martin, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it work on the bottom side. It's kind of iffy if you can be able to get it to work here. Burton drives it in deep, but it's not looking like it's going to stick. Luke Martin holds the spot. Martin yet again is throwing it out there and giving it a try here in a turn number 1 and 2. And is Martin going to be able to make it stick to take the lead here? He's got a bigger peak out front than he ever has here. And Perkles has the lead momentarily. And looks like Perkles may be able to hold the spot on Martin, and indeed he does. Perkles holds the lead once more. By lap 50, it looks like Vince Allen is going to have an engine failure with only a few laps to go here. I think the whole entire car just shut off on him there, and Vince Allen, the car just gave up and is out, and it's not even out of gas. It's just the engine just quit running. The battery or something. I don't know what's wrong with Vince Allen, but the Mace Enterprises cars have had a lot of engine problems here, and Vince Allen, he might have ran out of gas. I don't know. We're in pit stops now. I think he might have ran out of gas, but it looked like the engine gave out on him from the way the car sounded like. The leaders bring him on in, and Luke Martin pitted a lap beforehand, and so everyone followed Nick Perkles in. We're going to see how this cycles out. Well, it looks like Luke Martin may beat Nick Perkles here, but we're going to have to see here. Luke Martin did beat Perkles out through the scheduled stops, but we're still waiting for people to cycle out and pit. Right now, Richard Johnson is counted as the race leader. He is still not pitted. Stephen Jenkins is in second. And third placeman, I would suppose it would go to Burton, but now it looks like Luke Martin is would be your race leader when things cycle out. Then Perkles, then Sorfox, Then there's Burton and Sky Commons, Jordan Newman, and Alan Cavanaro. He's third. He's still not pitted here and is kind of taking a gamble here, and he's running right now inside the top 10. Now, we have seen Richard Johnson before gamble to the end of races. Remember, like, season 9 at Atlanta, Richard Johnson and Ian Dutta, I think it was Ian, no, it was Daniel Day. They gambled at the end of the race there and stretched it all the way on fuel there, but too bad there's not many more laps to go. They're really slow here. Martin's fixing to close up on them there. We've still got a long ways to go, so Richard Johnson is really just losing time right now because he's really slow while everyone else is on new tires and everything. Well, I kind of miscalculated that, guys. Martin was a lap down to Richard Johnson, so Johnson is still going to be counted as the race leader. Guys, Richard Johnson is really going out of this. He's really staying out long. I'm waiting for him to pit, but Jenkins, he may have ran out of gas there. But Richard Johnson, he's staying out a lot longer than I thought they was able to. Steven Jenkins finally brings it in, but the ARC racing car of Alan Cavanaro, there he is. He is also yet to pit. These are the guys right here. Johnson, Steven Jenkins, and Alan Cavanaro have not pitted, and I wonder if they could stretch it to the end. I don't think they can, but they're actually going a really long ways here. Well, Richard Johnson, he finally ran out of gas. I don't know if he miscalculated how many laps he had left there, but boy, if the race would end on like lap 60 or lap 63 or something, or lap 65, he could have won this race. Boy, Richard Johnson could have upset there. Wow. Well, guys, our leader right now is Alan Cavanaro. How about that? For ARC Racing, he gives ARC Racing their first ever lap lead of the entire season and their career there. That's pretty history there, I guess you could say. But Luke Martin is going to cycle out and be the new race leader here on lap 67. Well, we're on lap 68 now. Luke Martin is getting heated by James Sorafox here. Sorafox, he's been pretty strong all season, but not as strong as the Coorweisers, and he's up here racing with them. And Luke Martin, I think it might be his turn to go to victory lane here. But boy, Sorafox and Perkle's kind of stacked up there. It's pretty much the front three battling for this, and Sky Commons right here in fourth. Coorweiser Racing's three out of their cars are in the top 4. A good run for them. Jordan Newman's going to score a top 5 here as he runs. And Ashley Mace, Nick Mace, and there's Eric Burton. Alan Cavanaro finally pitted there and is now 41st. Jordan Davis in 9th. Then there's Jake Baskinger trying to keep his string of top 10 finishes intact. Oh boy, lap traffic getting in the way for our leaders here. James Sorafox just went right by Luke Martin there. Steven Jenkins' lap car is in the way. And boy, oh boy, Martin trying to get by there and be able to hold the spot. Sorafox has kind of got a disadvantage there of being able to pass Martin. He's a little too low on the racetrack, and Martin somehow keeps the lead over James Sorafox there. Sorafox had a good chance at taking it there with Jenkins getting in the way there, but Sorafox not going down. Whatever that was with Richard Johnson and Steven Jenkins staying out really long, that cost them a lot of time on old tires, and now they're 39th and 40th. But with only 2 laps to go, it's pretty much these front 3 here, but I would count it only these front 2 to battle for this win here. Luke Martin, James Sorafox. I think it's all Luke Martin's. He's been trying to get his first win of the season so badly here. He's had fast race cars all season, but have not had the finishes. He had a good finish at Fontana in California, and looks like he's going to have another good one here today, finishing first here today at Arkansas for the first race here in Arkansas. And he's going to be able to hold James Sorafox at bay here. Nick Perkles has came close to winning as well, but he's going to have to wait another time some other weekend. Sorafox giving it his heart out here in the last second here. Has a big run off turn number 4, but it's not going to be enough. Luke Martin wins at Arkansas by just a car length over James Sorafox. Luke Martin, the last time we seen him in victory lane was in season 17 over there in round 17, and he got his 13th career win. This is his 14th career win, and Luke Martin is going to be this is his first win of the 2015 season. And I mean, he's seen his driver Jeff James win 3 races out of the 4 so far, and Jeff James actually struggled kind of a bit this race. And so yeah, the Yamp car is doing really well, getting engines now from the Coorweiser camp there, and that's really helping out James Sauerfox a lot. And also Chris Bouvier, we're hearing, finished right around the top 10 position there, right around maybe 12th or something we're hearing. But yeah, James Sauerfox second, Nick Purple's third, Luke Martin is your winner here today. Let's go ahead and get your finishing results and standings